Walang sounds.
Duterte and her team, this time seeking Supreme Court intervention to halt the impeachment proceedings. Ano po ang tingin nyo dito?
Well, without the TRO,
Isa pa.
I'd like to hear your take on Vice President Sara Duterte and her team, this time seeking Supreme Court intervention to halt the impeachment proceedings. Ano po ang tingin nyo dito?
Shout out, Romeo
well,
Barcebal.
without the TRO, at tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo dito.
Tuloy!
This is another dilatory tactics on the part of the Vice President. But if I remember it correctly, last year they were very they were saying na gusto rin nila ng hearing. In fact, the Vice President was asking for bloodbath. So now that we are giving them the
Nako, bloodbath nga ba talaga? Nako po, baka hindi bloodbath ang hinihingi niya. Kong, baka
So, now that we are giving them the opportunity to answer all the allegations against them, ngayon tatakbo naman sila sa Supreme Court. So, confused din ako eh.
Ay, gusto ko klaruhin po, Kong, no? Because just like we want to understand, ano po mismo ang kine-question this time ni VP Sara? Is it the committee saying na sinasabi niya na parang nagiging trial court na daw kayo?
Well, lahat kinu-question nila eh. But alam mo, sa totoo lang, we are just following the procedure. We are, in fact, itong procedure, no, itong rules that we are following right now, adopted lamang to ng 20th Congress. So, from 19th Congress pa to na sinusunod. So, wala naman kaming nilalabag dito sa procedure.
Alright, Kong, of course, the Supreme Court, instead of releasing a TRO, has asked the Committee on Justice to reply or comment on the complaint of the Vice President. Is it too early to tell na sa tingin niyo po ba by doing that, by releasing that ruling ng SC, ay wala po silang nakikitang matinding ebidensya dito sa complaint ng Vice President, or is it too early to tell?
Too early to tell. Pero sa akin, wala naman ako nakikita talagang grounds para mag-TRO ang Supreme Court.
aray ko po, saklap.
As a matter of procedure, siguro, they would ask us to answer. Pero hanggang dun lang yon. Dahil ako, nakikita ko, wala naman ako nakikitang mali sa ginagawa ng Committee on Justice.
Alright, so after 10 days, binibigyan po ang Committee on Justice to comment nga po doon sa petition na final ng Vice President. Ano po ang mangyayari after? What can we expect after that?
Basta kami po, tuloy-tuloy lang kami. On April 14, we will proceed with our trial. Tatlong hearing dates lang ang Senate Chairman until the end of April. And after which, kung wala na sigurong itatakel, then we will vote upon the probable cause. After which, kung may probable cause, isasampa na ito sa plenaryo and we need 1/3 vote.
Okay, so just recently, a few moments ago, I just read a report that the House Committee on Justice, kasama po kayo doon, ay nagpasabina na po kay Attorney Michael Powa para po sa susunod na hearing po ninyo on April 14. And itong sabina na to, speaking of this, ay isa po doon sa mga complaints ni Vice President Sara Duterte that wala daw pong karapatan ang House Committee on Justice na magsabina ng mga evidence because yun nga daw po, you are doing a mini trial.
That is not true. In fact, hindi lang yung Committee on Justice. Lahat po ng mga committee sa Congress may right to issue subpoena. This is written in our rules under Section 7. So, wala po akong nakikitang mali dito because we are required to, in fact, pati po siya pwede po siyang mag-submit ng kanyang evidence. No? So kami naman, we are required also to obtain additional evidence.
Mhm.
Hindi pa naman, we are not expected to cross-examine Attorney Powa or any witnesses for that matter. Ang purpose lang nitong subpoena, the reason why we are asking them to appear is to identify at least yung mga signature kung sila nga yun, and
Wala na.
to ask
Ako na.
clarificatory questions.
Mabibisto na
So
kasi.
mababaw lang. This is like preliminary investigation.
So kumbaga, Kong, what happens if hindi sila tumugon sa subpoena and they refuse?
Well, if they will refuse, tutuloy lang kami. Kasi kagaya niyan, yung kay Ramil Madriaga, syempre, we wanted to know kung ito ba ay kusang loob niyang yung salaysay, yung sinumpaang salaysay na kanyang inisyo. Syempre, gusto namin malaman kung kusang loob niya itong sinalaysay. Kung siya ba talaga yung nakapirma doon. Wala bang pumupuwersa sa kanya. So, mga ganyan lang naman. Hindi
Okay.
naman ganun kalalalim ang tanong dito.
Kung buti nabanggit niyo no, regarding what's going to happen. No? So para klaro lang din sa public, yung mga sinusupina niyo, hindi niyo po hindi kumbaga hindi malaliman tanong as to yung statement, but rather ko-confirm niyo lang kung sila nga ang nagbigay or nagbigay ng statement na gano'n, sila ang pumirma. Parang on the surface lang, ganun ba, Kong?
Tama po kayo dahil parang preliminary investigation lang to eh. Clarificatory questions lang ang mga itatanong namin dito. So wala pa dito yung mga cross-examination. Yung cross-examination that will be done during the trial proper, which is sa Senate.
Sa Senate.
Yo, at least malinaw na.
Right, oo. Alright, Kong, speaking of Ramil Madriaga, the court granted appearance of this alleged bagman. So ano po yung ma-expect natin dito? Siya po ba ay mag-appear na sa April 14 din?
I was told yesterday that the application or the petition by the Committee on Justice to request for the appearance of Ramil Madriaga before the committee was already approved by the court.
Right.
No?
So we expect him sa April 14 to
Alright.
appear before the Committee on Justice.
And how significant is his statements, knowing that most of the complaints naman po against the Vice President dito sa kanya impeachment proceedings were also tackled already nung last Congress, nung dun sa first impeachment sa kanya. But this time around po kasi there's Ramil Madriaga.
Well, if you will remember it, if my memory will serve me right, during the Committee on Good Government, we conducted investigation with respect to the confidential fund. Now, meron po dito mga pending questions like saan napunta yung pera, di ba? Ang tinuturo nun, ang humawak si Colonel Nolasco at saka si Colonel Lachica. Doon po tinurn over nung dalawang SDO o yung tinatawag natin na Special Disbursing Officer. Now, dito sa statement ni Ramil Madriaga, parang sa kanya ibinigay, sa kanya hinand over itong money through duffel bag at dineliver niya to certain area. So yan ang mga laman ng kanyang sinumpaang salaysay.
Okay, and then isa rin po sa mga talagang pinag-uusapan dito sa impeachment court or impeachment complaint against the Vice President is still yung issue po ng confidential funds nga po niya at yung usapin po ng kung sino si Mary Grace Piatos, etc. Of course, sa kampo po nila, mariin po nila ang tinatanggi. At sinasabi po nila na ito po ay confidential funds at hindi po talaga po pwedeng ipakita, i-divulge yung information ng kanilang mga sources. Your thoughts on that po?
Well, alam po ninyo, yung hindi lang naman dyan kay Mary Grace Piatos ang issue sa confidential fund. Ang isa pa sa mga issue dito, kung maaalala po ninyo, is yung 1 million worth of rentals ng safe house. So how do they explain it? Parang 4-day rental, 1 million.
Aray ko po.
At kung maaalala rin ninyo, dun sa confidential fund ng DepEd, meron pong 4 na AFP personnel na nag-certify na wala naman talagang na-download na confidential fund, na pondo galing from DepEd.
Aray ko po.
Although they were required to submit certificate. So, yan yung isa sa mga issue po dito sa confidential fund.
Kung yung isang kini-question ng iba yung pag-ikot daw ng pera sa confidential funds ay mostly through the duffel bags, through cash. Labag din daw ito sa certain rules because dapat daw may paper trail, may either through electronic or through checks. Ano po ang tugon nyo dito?
Not only that, hindi lang ang may hawak supposedly ng confidential fund is yung SDO.
That's right.
Yung tinatawag natin na Special Disbursing Officer.
Dapat.
Now, the question is, bakit napunta yung confidential fund kay Nolasco, kay La Chica, at ngayon, kay May Madriaga pa?
Oo.
Yeah.
Ito yung mga katanungan na dapat sagutin nila.
Right. Okay. So can we also talk about po itong recent pagsasampina po sa PINA kay Attorney Powa. Ano po ba yung mga gusto po natin makuha from him? And there's also a discussion on him being one of the legal counsels of Vice President Sara Duterte, na sinasabi nila na medyo may conflict of interest doon because he can be a resource person as well for this case.
Well, hindi naman siya pinapunta dito as a lawyer eh. Hindi naman siya ini-invite as lawyer because we understand that there is a attorney-client privilege. So, hindi naman yun ang itatanong sa kanya eh. Yung participation niya as DepEd, I think USEC ba siya o ASEC during that time. Yun ang ano niya dito. Kasi may mga pinirmahan niya siyang documents dito. So, yun ang magiging papel na dito. Not as a lawyer, but as employee of DepEd.
Pass forward.
Inaatupag natin. What can you say about that also, about the survey recently saying the majority of the Filipinos nag-o-oppose nga po dito sa usapin ng impeachment complaint?
Alam mo yung timing, the timing was filed even before this crisis happened. So, and hindi naman po Congress ang nag-file nung impeachment. It was a private citizen. Kami po, we are just doing our constitutional duty as member of the Committee on Justice and member of the House to, tugunan itong complaint because that is our constitutional duty. Now, we should not, hindi natin po pwedeng ibaliwalain ito dahil ito po kasi usapin na accountability. So are you saying na pati po ba yung investigasyon sa ibang issue kagaya ng flood control, dapat din tumigil dahil meron po tayong crisis. Yung mga hinihir po sa sandigang bayan na mga problema rin ng taong bayan, dapat ba tumigil rin dahil meron po tayong crisis? So ito po tuloy-tuloy lamang. Pero hindi naman, doon po sila Secretary Sharon
in the Constitution where Supreme Court justices na who are also nga sinasabi nila impeachable din na sila po yung mga nagde-decide po on how Congress should deal with proceedings such as this.
Well, I agree with the observation of some of our legal luminaries. And in fact, with all due respect to the Honorable Court, I do not agree with their decision during the first impeachment complaint, wherein they decided that, wherein they defined the meaning of session day. So, kasi para sa akin, pakikialam yun ng rules namin. Of course, ayaw rin naman siguro nila na pati yung rules nila pakikialaman din ng Kongreso because we are both separate bodies, no? So, kaya nga itong lahat ng itong nangyayari po sa atin something na dapat tignan at pag-aralan po.
So,
Salamat, Congressman Joel Chua. Alright, subtopic na tayo, Absat. Subtopic po tayo. Countdown muna tayo, Absat. Here we go.